before I lose my nerve.
It's coming over tonight. Hell right. Everybody's falling down on a Friday night somewhere.
See, that's the difference between us. You think we're fighting, and I think we're finally talking.
You ain't done nothing.
Mike Keller joins us now, as he does every Monday. You can hear him noon to 3 right here on The Game. Mr. Heller, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Golf clap, doing great. Can't wait.
Love it.
Look forward to this all weekend long. Here we go.
You sound like you are still a touch under the weather.
Yeah, weather. Nobody
cold.
cares about the weather. Nobody cares if I got a head cold. I'm all right.
I do.
We're all good.
Okay.
I do.
All right. That's all right. I love that.
Taking some Sudafed.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Tamiflu.
No, I'm out of that. I'm all
Hot
natural
tea?
right now. Here we go.
Hot tea.
I'm gonna try Heller here, and it'll probably end up as badly as it did for Tommy Pham.
Pretty
But I'm
sure.
gonna try to score on him anyway.
Yeah, you'll score on me.
William
Here. If
can-
this is trivia, I'm no good.
You'll know this because you know baseball.
Mm.
William Contreras is hitting .316 right now at the catcher position. That is double bonus production from a very hard job. He hadn't missed a game yet, insisted he be in the lineup yesterday. Question: who was the last catcher to win a batting title in Major League Baseball?
I don't think
Here I
Buster
come.
did Buster Posey win a batting title. He would be
I would
okay.
say, yeah.
It was Buster Posey.
Okay.
I try to count the number of catchers who even had a 300 season, hit 300 in a season in the last 20 years, and it's a short list. I believe Joe Mauer did it for the Twins.
I was going to say Mauer probably did it before he moved to
first base. The other great catchers, they've all been pretty good behind the plate or at the plate, but not 300 or better.
Yeah,
What was Joe Mauer?
Yadier was probably close a couple of times.
280
but he was,
guy, I think,
yeah,
for
more
Yadier.
productive,
Yeah.
more RBI guy than a batting average guy.
Yeah. And you'd have to go all the way back to Piazza for the last true hitting catcher.
Oh,
Well,
what about
here's the
Joe
set.
Mauer?
Yeah, we just said Mauer.
We said Mauer.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Come on,
Are you-
Butch. Let's go.
I said that.
Is it working?
He won the MVP.
Yeah, we
I
and
know.
we
Talk
said
about
it.
a
His
guy that
name
gets
got mentioned.
Talk about a guy that gets forgotten about, though.
Yeah. How about
Okay,
Manny
so-
Sanguian? Let's go back. How about Manny
Okay.
Sanguian? That dude could hit a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So Yelich is hitting 323. Doesn't have enough at bats yet to qualify.
Right.
Contreras 316. Ortiz 293. This team scores runs like on Friday when they had 23 hits, most in the majors this year for a single game, and no home runs. Yelich had 5 hits on Friday. Terang had 3. I think Willie had 3. They crushed the White Sox Friday. Then Saturday's game was a 10th inning walk-off with Willie the Kid with the RBI in the 10th on a single. Gasser allowed 7 hits in 5 innings, but no walks. That's great. And then yesterday you had the incident with Tommy Pham at the plate. These are fun times, Heller. I love this team.
Yeah, and when you think of the Brewers, they rate way up the food chain in all of the offensive statistics. All of them. I mean, they're way up. The OPS, batting average, runs, home runs, stolen bases, all of them. That's a little rarefied air. This roster essentially got remade over 18 months with guys that you're going, oh, wait a second, Terang's going to be doing this. William Contreras, who wasn't here prior to that whole Hader fiasco 2 years ago. What you're getting from Sal Frelick, what you're getting from Joey Ortiz, that's part of the Corbin Burns deal. And by the way, in baseball, you never have to apologize for who you beat. The White Sox are on pace for 122 losses this year.
Right.
They're on pace to win 40 games all season. They are god-awful, terrible, rotten to the core. But you don't have to apologize for beating whoever you beat.
No.
And the Brewers beat them. They didn't drum them. They just beat them.
No.
And Tommy Pham earned that
you know what? In
yesterday because
baseball-
of his reputation,
Yeah.
by the way.
Right. In baseball, you could lose to these teams at any time.
Absolutely.
Miami.
Yeah.
They did that.
It's very
they had a
random.
chance.
Yeah. All right. So on the Tommy Pham front, I was told by one of our texters, and I guess I should have known this, that they say the rule is the runner sets the base path by where
Correct.
he's running.
Yep. And
So if he
it's
chooses
actually
to
smart
run-
base running by Pham. because the throw's going to come from left field. He's trying to take away the lane for the ball to get to the plate. And if he gets hit, he's going to be safe. If the ball hits him in the back, he's going to be safe.
Why don't they change the way
that
the rule
should be
called
changed? I see that play, Steve, and I look at it and go, well, that's not right. I mean, he shouldn't be running there. And the reason that Contreras got hot at Tommy Pham, Pham's got a reputation, and then Pham is putting Contreras in a bad spot because William is catching the ball in fair territory. He's not doing anything about blocking the plate, but Pham came to him. To me, that should actually be a runner's interference on Pham that he's going after Contreras when Contreras is giving him the whole plate to slide to.
Right.
But
because
that's not
the catchers have now been told by the new rules you can't block the plate, so they've got to set up in front of or outside of the dish, and it's just too many fingers in the soup. Make it so that the base path is the base path. You're either in it or you're not. There's plenty of technicality rules in baseball that they will call guys on. Why the base path is not a technicality rule like many others is beyond me.
It used to just be that the runner could plow into the catcher, and the catcher had to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
Now it's get out of the way. Don't touch it.
Prior to the Buster Posey
rule,
why? That was Buster Posey.
That's right. Yeah,
prior to the Buster
Posey
Posey
got his
rule,
leg blown
yesterday,
up
that would have been a shoulder block. That would have been, he would have run right through him. You want to see that those kind of plays? Go back to Hal McRae highlight videos of double play opportunities, because Hal McRae was nasty. He was an NFL linebacker going into second base on double plays. On plays you would look at now and go, wait a second, that was okay? Yeah, that was okay. That was legal. No way that was legal. Yup, that was legal.
Mike, I want a big picture Brewer question here for you, because I look at this group and it's exciting. It's fun. They're young. Reminds me of JJ, Ricky, Prince. Is there any similarities between that young group and the excitement they brought to Brewer baseball and what this young group is doing?
I'm sure you can draw those similarities, except that this team's being carried mostly by guys who are a little bit older. Like Contreras has been around a little bit now. Yelich has been around a little bit now. They're the lead guns in this offensive lineup. And then you get Terang, who's got a great average and on-base percentage and doing all the little things. You know, Churio had a good day yesterday. I was so happy to see him deliver. But, yeah, you can draw some comparisons. What I like so much about this team is that Pat Murphy has taught them and given them the rope to go ahead and say, we're going to steal bases. You want to bunt, you bunt. I'm not telling you to bunt. I'm not calling for the bunt. You want to bunt, you bunt.
Yeah.
But he does call for some sacrifice bunts, but not nearly as many as what the Brewers have done. They're top 3 in the league in bunts. You know, so when I was listening to all the offensive numbers, stolen bases and bunts are part of it. They put pressure on opposing defenses, and it helps you kind of be a little bit of slump proof. Doesn't mean that they won't go through one, but when you're stealing bases and you're working pitchers deeper into counts, this team does some stuff that is really, really impressive. Now, they're going to play Philadelphia tonight. I was talking about
it'll be a good
pace
series.
Numbers. Philadelphia's on pace for 110 wins.
Yeah, they are.
Best team in baseball.
It's a great team.
Yeah. Mike, the reason I asked it, though, was because it feels like over the years you learn from, and not mistakes, but you learn from your experience. And when I grew up as a kid, the Brewers were just not good, period. There's nothing to learn from. With the Ricky and the Prince, they realized you need some of those veterans around still, somehow, some way. And everyone was on Christian Yelich not, being well, but his experience, that young group didn't have it. This young group does. I just think it's one of those things that we've been able to experience Brewers baseball be pretty good for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to kind of see the growth of the organization. I know there's been guys that have moved, but there's been guys that have been a part of it and realized if we want to be good for a long period of time, this needs to happen. And I think it kind of starts when you have those young groups that you learn from.
Yeah, it does. And then add in, the Gary Sanchez, the Rhys Hoskins, the Christian Yelich, and the William Contreras to the group. And now you got veterans who are doing it. And I haven't mentioned Adames. And Willie Adames has been fantastic. So we talk about youth, but then think of Adames and Yelich and Hoskins and Sanchez and Contreras, who still is sort of young. But that group has been, that's the core. And that's the integral core of the group. And I don't think I said this on my show last week, and I've said it repeatedly, that the Brewers front office gets nearly enough credit. Matt Arnold, Mark Attanasio does not get enough credit. Czabe, think back to when Counsell decides to leave. I think that being the businessman that Attanasio is, when he started to read into it, hey, he's not going to stay. They made it their job one to make sure that Chris Hook wasn't going anywhere. Quentin Berry wasn't going anywhere. Jason Lane wasn't going anywhere.
These are all guys most of us don't know.
You can go. You're not taking any. Yeah, you're not taking any of your coaches. You can leave, Craig, but everybody else, including Pat Murphy, is going to stay. That move by the Brewers front office, and in particular Mark Attanasio, is brilliant. And it's part of the reason they are who they are.
It's true.
How unusual is that? And did they give those guys a raise, at least? To say
I'm sure that they worked out their deals so that they were made to be a little bit more comfortable. And it was with forethought that Attanasio did that with his coaches and made it, okay, Craig, you want to go? We get it. Go. You're not taking anybody. Right. Nobody.
We're not starting over coach, completely.
Not your hitting coach, not your bench coach. You're taking nobody with you.
Right.
And
take the gun, leave the cannoli.
Well. Yeah.
Take the gun, leave the cannoli, and leave your coaching staff behind.
Yeah.
All right, quick hitters. The Caitlin Clark situation over the weekend.
Yeah.
Give me a quick thought. There's multiple angles to this.
Yeah, it's jealousy. It's race driven. It's gender. It's LBGQT driven. She's gonna take this. You know what surprises me the most? Butch, you can probably speak to this better than I can. Is that I've been a little disappointed that her teammates haven't been there to go take a run at Kennedy. When Kennedy knocked her down on, was it Saturday? When she knocked her down on Saturday, nobody comes and shoves her in the chest.
I know. Well, maybe she's too scary. She's like the Rick Mahorn of the WNBA. She's already been kicked off 2 teams.
Yeah, but there's a jealousy.
A tough girl.
There's a jealousy of the attention that she's gotten. Most of the attention is due. Some of it is circumstance. Yeah.
Well, it started before she even played.
Does the WNBA have to step in and put it?
Well, they what they need to do is make sure that those players who aren't making a whole lot of money are getting fined for when they're doing stuff that's not a basketball play. Like that's a finable offense on Saturday. Right. Because it's not a rebound, it's not a hard foul.
Now there is a little bit of a flop by Caitlin Clark on that.
She's a flopper. Everyone's a flopper.
They're all floppers.
They're all floppers. That said, it's now Monday, and we've yet to hear from the Dub commissioner's office. Who's the commissioner? Val Ackerman, or is she long gone?
I have no idea.
I can't remember.
What do you do?
Let's see what happens there.
What do you do when somebody's making $67,500? Do you fine them $2,500, and that's a big dollar fine? I mean, what do you do? We've
already said that for every flagrant foul, you have to personally fly commercial to the next city, and you have to arrange the flight yourself.
Yeah, it's got to be on Spirit.
Orbits,
although Armin likes Spirit, so
Spirit's not half bad.
Yeah, you got to pay for everything though. Your own bag.
Does Armin really like Spirit?
Well, he just says you know what you get. I mean, there's no surprises. If you're surprised when you fly Spirit, that's on you.
Oh, I've seen a lot of social media videos where there's been brawls, and I'd be well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, that's it.
An unpleasant surprise at that. Dad, who's your caddy? That's my daddy. How did you like the Robert McIntyre scene yesterday?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Where does that stuff happen? You don't get that in any other sport. You don't get the caddy on the NBA bench or in Major League Baseball.
Sometimes a dad will coach his son in pro sports. Like Dunleavy, didn't Dunleavy Senior briefly
does that? Yeah.
Briefly. Yeah, I know. All right, then finally, Giannis wants to play and says he's going to play for Greece in the Olympic qualifiers.
Zero
you have a problem with that?
No.
Really?
No, I don't.
I have a small problem with it.
Yeah, me too.
You got a soft tissue injury that kept you out of the entire playoff run.
Yeah.
Greece is not a basketball power. Nobody's going to get mad at you in Greece if you don't play. A little discretion would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad, but I don't like it.
Sounds like you're mad.
Well, you apparently seemingly are giving all the go ahead and play. If he gets
you got
hurt,
every
will you
brother
still
on the
not-
team. This is nothing. This is not the hill you want to die on.
So put okay. If he gets hurt again, are you still fine with it, Mike Heller?
No, that would suck. But I have no. This is his a part of his joy is to be able to do this with his brothers and for his home country. And I would not be the one that wants to deny that.
If he did an extreme sport in the offseason that could possibly injure him.
That's that we're talking about. Is he doing it for Greece? Is he parasailing in the Summer Olympics for Greece?
Yeah, maybe.
Or is he just doing it for fun?
Triathlon. He's on the Greek triathlon team.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And by the way, if he gets a soft tissue injury this July, you don't think he's okay next April?
Not if it's an Achilles. Is an Achilles a soft tissue? Or is it a fibrous
now
tissue?
you put that out in the world.
I hate all of this.
Oh, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
the only one who says he probably should take a pass on the Olympics this summer, and I am the bad guy.
I agree with you.
This is what happens on
you
the
could
show.
say anything.
well, happy birthday. How many birthdays have you been the bad guy for? Most of them is what I would
56. Thank
imagine.
you for asking. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. All right. Mr. Heller, good to talk to you as always, my friend. Noon to 3 today. We look forward to your show. Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Coming up. Maybe he'll have a retirement.